There's been a few people that asked me to make this review or to make this video in the comments for probably the past 3 years, really the whole time that I've owned this bike. And there's a couple of reasons why I haven't made this video, and I'm gonna share that with you right now. One of the first reasons is I wanted to make sure that I tested out these products, these modifications that I got for the bike, before I went on to make videos about how good they are or how bad they are. I wanted to test them in all conditions. And to test modifications in all conditions, you gotta test them against the elements, and you gotta test them against time. And I needed time to do that. Also, this is an unbiased review. This is an unsponsored review, which means it's unbiased. 6 Gear Cutlow, we don't get paid for promoting products. We don't get paid for promoting shops. We don't even get discounts from the shops or the companies with these products that we promote. Occasionally, we do put the link onto the Amazon page for you guys to go up there and check out some of the products that are offered on Amazon. But as far as any affiliate discounts, we just don't do that on this channel because I like to be unbiased and give a real review of things. So with that said, this is the official video of all of the modifications that I have on this 2021 ZX-10R KRT edition. Like I said, this is an unbiased video. It's gonna just be a showcase of the products that we have on here, but I'm also gonna include a slight review of the products on why I bought them and how they're working. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first product we got on this bad boy is this Puig windscreen. Why did I choose to get a windscreen? Why didn't I just stick with the stock? I wanted a screen that was dark, strictly for the looks, nothing else. Now, as we take a look at the windscreen, we notice a couple of things. Well, yeah, it's a cool windscreen, but it's dark. So I might have made a mistake because when you really get into it, you're down here. Now, can you see through it? Yes, it's the clear smoke windscreen, but if it's a little bit cloudy or if it's at nighttime, you can't see through this, so you can't fully tuck. I was talking with Ducati Z about this yesterday, and I've been looking for my stock windscreen and I can't find it. So now you know. Should you get this kind of windscreen? Maybe. It depends on what your needs are. If you riding like this, you good. But if you down here in the tuck, you're all right, from the top down, let's move to the next modification. The next modification are these hand grips. Diminos, I called them dominoes at first, but they call them Diminos, Dimino hand grips right here. And they're real cheap, man. Like you can get a set of these for about $24, $25. Why did I get these? I got these really for the looks. I wanted something that had the writing right here, and then I saw all the guys, like the fast guys, the racers and stuff like that, had the Diminos on there. The influencers that I watch, they had the Diminos on there. So I'm like, I gotta get the Diminos. Let's go into what my experience has been with these Dimino hand grips. So one thing that I first recognized, actually, let's take a step back. When I first got these hand grips, I was thinking, all right, how do I get the original ones off and install these bad boys? It's hell. If you're trying to do this by yourself, it's hell. I suggest you go up to the shop, have them do it. Hopefully they don't charge you an arm and a leg to get it done. But if you try to do it yourself, it's hell. All my people that have installed these, please give me an easy way to take these off and put on new ones. Jump down in the comments. I got a lot of bike pros that come to this channel. Share some of that love, jump down in the comments and let us know how to get these bad boys off and on. Now, skipping past that, we got these bad boys on. Let me tell you how they compare to the stock hand grips. First off, these are way less comfortable. They are not comfortable compared to the stock grips. Let me explain something on why they're not comfortable compared to the stock grips. So these grips, if you've bought them, you know that they're called race grips, right? The grips that come on here stock, I don't know if they're race grips or not, even though they're on a race bike. I don't know if they're made for racing or not, but they are way more comfortable than this. Now, why are they more comfortable? Well, first off, these grips were made for having gloves on, racing gloves, gauntlet gloves. Without the hand, They're very thin. It feels like you're just grabbing on a solid bar. But when you put the gloves on that are pretty thick, especially like real deal racing gloves that have the thick insides, it feels great and it grips onto the gloves well. Now, if you're a street rider and you're not wearing, you know, racing gloves or gloves that are really thick, this might not be the best option for you. You might just want to stick with the stock grips. If you've got these, switch from stock to these, let me know how you feel about that. I noticed that when I have the racing gloves on, it feels perfect. And they're grippy, like they're a lot more grippy. So that's what the racing stuff for. Even like rear sets, which I don't have on this bike, they're a lot grippier because you're doing racing and you pulling off the bike, you holding on to the bike and things of that nature. So they're made to be grippy. These bad boys are a lot more grippier than the stock grip, but the stock grips are a lot more comfortable than these. So think about that before you make that purchase. All right, next modification on the bike, which should be your first modification, and I'm not listing this in the order of when I got these things, but I'm just listing it from top down. This is a frame slider right here. Everybody knows, you should know what a frame slider is for. So that will explain why I got these frame sliders. When I first started riding, well, I didn't get this bike when I first started riding, so let me take that back. But when I first started riding, I got the frame sliders because I figured, yo, I don't really know what I'm doing on this bad boy. I'm probably gonna drop the bike, right? So that's the reason why I got the frame sliders. Why did I get these specific ones? I really can't tell you for real. This company, I never bought anything else from this company, Sato Racing or something like that. They had some rear sets that I want to get, but the rear sets only went up and back. They didn't go down anymore, so I didn't get them. But they've been working well for me. They look pretty cool. I would have preferred the Puig frame sliders because they got the cooler design, and they have a design to where if you come off the bike, right, and the bike slides, this thing right here won't hook on nothing and possibly bend the frame or crack the frame. Those frame sliders were made actually like sliders. If you come off the bike, that bad boy sliding. But they were a little more expensive, man. They were like $200-something, and these were a little bit cheaper. So I ended up going with these. But I suggest everybody get some frame sliders. So that's what I got. Before I forget, let me head back up. This bad boy right here, it's not really a modification, but basically a cell phone holder. I'm gonna have a link to this down there. This is from Amazon right here. This bad boy is probably cheap now. I've had it for, what, a couple years, but this thing works good. It's got the dampener on here, and let me tell you why I got it. I needed the GPS, and I also needed something to hold my phone so I wouldn't have to put it in my pocket and risk dropping it. Through my experience, I had a phone holder before, right? But that one didn't have the vibration damper on there, right? It messed up my camera on my cell phone. So if you're gonna get one of these cell phone mounts, make sure you get one with the vibration damper on there to protect your camera. All right, moving on to the more fun modifications, that make this bike what it is, baby. It's getting hot out here, man. This right here is the M4 titanium exhaust. Now this is just the half exhaust, right? It's the decat, it's the mid pipe all the way back. The headers on this bad boy are stock. Why did I keep the stock headers? Stock headers are titanium. They're really good headers. Now, I will say this. I had the M4 full system on a Gixxer 750, and I got the Aquapovic full system on the Tracer 9 GT. I don't know if it's just me, but I think full systems sound better. When you get aftermarket headers that match with the aftermarket pipe, the whole aftermarket exhaust, I think the sound is a lot better. And I heard you get about 2 or 3 more horses. So all y'all out there trying to get all the horses out the bike, that might be something that you need to do. Now, why did I get it? Why didn't I just keep the stock exhaust? Well, I don't ride stock exhaust for long, man. I gotta have that exhaust on that bike to give me the sound. What was my experience like? When I rode that stock exhaust, it was cool. But, you know, I didn't know it until I put the exhaust on the bike. When I put the exhaust on the bike, Totally different experience, felt like a total different bike. Now, do I miss the stealthness of the stock exhaust? Yes. The stock exhaust, you can start that bad boy up, ride, nobody hear you in the neighborhood, and it's cool. When you put an exhaust on your bike, whether you got the baffle or not, everybody gonna know when you leaving, everybody gonna know when you coming back, your whole neighborhood gonna know you. That's just how it is with this M4 bad boy. Now, titanium over steel. We ride blue on this 6-gear Cutlow channel, family. I like having that thing blue. I love titanium. I just got it for the looks. Why M4? Why didn't I go with the Akrapovic? Why didn't I go with the SC Project? Told you, I had that M4 exhaust on that Suzuki. And when I started watching motorcycle racing, and my favorite bike was the Gixxer 1000R that Bad Kitty had, RP Bad Kitty. Bad Kitty had the Gixxer 1000 with the M4 exhaust on that bad boy. Then I started watching Moto America, M4 X-Star Suzuki. Now I believe it's Vision Wheel, M4, whatever, but M4 is still linked with Suzuki. And I was like, man, I like that M4. For some reason, I like that M4, man. I thought M4 and Suzuki was just better than everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get that bad boy for the Kawi. Called up Sport Bike Track Gear. They delivered that bad boy right on time. That M4 get you in the door, baby. Now, next part, tail tidy. We don't gotta talk too much about the tail tidy. We just don't rock the tail coming out here. It's no performance stuff. Really, it's just for looks. Cut the tail off. All right, now we working our way to the back of the bike. What we got here? We got that TST Industries tail light, baby. Why did I get this right here? Well, number one, it was for the looks. And number two, I wanted something brighter, man. Like the stock light is good, but I wanted something brighter. This one right here comes with the flash on it, and it comes with the cool turning signals and stuff like that. Shout out to my dog Trilla, Retrill88, for putting me on with this bad boy. And yeah, it was an easy install too. Let's turn this bad boy on and just check it out, man. Turner signal should already be on. Yup. Okay, so you see the turner signal. Different than stock. Let's give it over there to the right. All right. Now, this is the cool part. Watch this brake. It's a little flash on that brake when you press that brake. You know what I mean? TST Industries. I'm loving it so far, man. But yeah, I just got it for the looks and for something a little bit brighter. But shout out to TST Industry for this bad boy right here. All right, now moving down to the lower parts of the bike, the lower extremities, if you will. We got the DID gold chain, baby. Had to put that DID on there. Really, the stock chain was still good. I really didn't need to do it. I just did it for the looks. Yeah, I really got no review on it. It's cool, I like it. I like the way it looks. It cleans off good and all that. I don't know the difference, really. Could have just rolled with the stock chain, but you know, your boy got to ride gold like Mr. T. All right, so all the way up until this point, we went over everything that you can physically see on the bike just by looking at the bike. We went over the screen, the handlebars, the hand grips, the frame sliders, the exhaust. But there's a lot of modifications, not a lot, but there's a few modifications to this bike that you can't see. Modifications on the internals. Let's talk about it. So when we're talking internals, we're speaking straight up performance mods, baby. We're talking about things that bring out more horsepower, things that bring out better throttle response, things that bring out the bangs and the pops out the M4, all right? So the first modification that you can't see on this bad boy is the Dyno Tune Stage 2 ECU flash. That was the first flash that I got on this bike, Dyno Tune ECU flash. That bad boy was nice. I don't have that flash on this bike. We're gonna get into that. I don't have that flash right now. We're gonna get into that. That Dyno Tune ECU flash was nice. The Quickshifter was lovely. The throttle response was lovely. The power, from what I could feel, was lovely. But there are some things about that Dyno Tune flash that weren't that good. The air-fuel ratio was like a roller coaster. It was just like this. If you've read dyno charts, you don't want your air-fuel ratio looking like this. But to BT Moto's defense, they do say that you should get a piggyback device like a power commander to fine tune the fueling to get it out right. So the difference between the ECU flash and the Dyno Tune is basically the ECU flash unlocks the bike. The Dyno Tune fine tunes your bike specifically so that the fueling is perfect throughout each gear and every gear. I didn't know that at the time, which leads me to my next modification. To get to this modification, we gotta pop the trunk, baby. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you pop the trunk, that means it's about to get real. All right, this right here is the Power Commander 5, ladies and gentlemen. Dyno Jet Power Commander 5, baby. This bad boy is what you need to iron out your fueling. Now, you don't necessarily need this to iron out your fueling. You can go up to the place and have them dyno tune your bike straight to the ECU. But to my understanding, when you got that Power Commander, you get more command over the fuel, all right? All right, now that we went over the Power Commander, let me talk to you about the new ECU flash I have on here. The new ECU flash is the Woolich flash, all right? Now, why did I get the Woolich flash? Short story long. Was on Instagram, saw a dude Mungus had the pops and bangs. Called up B, I said, B, I need the pops and bangs. We went up there, we tried to put the pops and bangs on the brand Tune flash, wouldn't work. Be like, look, we gotta reflash this bad boy with the Woolich. That way I have more ability to work through it and get the pops and bangs for you. So now we got the pops and bangs on here. Now, here's what I will say. This is gonna be short and then I'm gonna make a full video about this. The Woolich flash, I'm getting more power on this bad boy. B ironed out the throttle to where it's lovely and butter smooth. The only holdback is the downshifts under 6K are horrible. But the reason why the downshifts under 6K are horrible is because the flash is made for racing the damn bike, not cruising around the streets. So you shouldn't be downshifting under 6K anyways. On the racetrack, you're not gonna be downshifting under 6K. Anything over 6K downshifting is buttery smooth, but anything above that is not. Now, the brand Tune had that ironed out. So when you get that Woolich flash, specifically for this bike, if you got the hard blips coming down, it might be a way to fix it like that and still keep the smoothness of the throttle. We tried to fix it, but the on and off throttle was crazy. I'm deep in the turn and I'm getting on the throttle and it's kicking in late, which is the worst feeling if you got the bike leaned over. So we got this bad boy ironed out now, but that was the issue with the Woolich flash. You're gonna have some strong down blips under 6K, but the throttle was buttery smooth now and we running with more power. Shout out to B up there at Taylor Made. Another modification that I got for this bad boy, internal modification, is the DNA air filter. I had the Sprint air filter at first, the Sprint P08, 85, something like that. I got it with the brand Tune. Now, when I first got that air filter, they was telling me that's the way to go. That's the air filter that's gonna give you the most power. And it probably did give us a lot of power because it let through the most air. That thing is like a screen on your back door. It's just letting all kind of air through. But with all that air through, you're getting a lot of particles coming through. So we had to switch it up to the DNA. The DNA has a little bit better filtration, and I really don't notice any power difference. I didn't lose any horsepower or anything like that, but the DNA works well and it's a lot cheaper. That Sprint filter was like $300. I got one for sale if you want it. For a ZX-10, I got that Sprint filter for sale if you want it. It's on deck. I put it on Facebook Marketplace. Nobody bought it yet. Maybe I need to lower the price, but holla at me if you want it though. But we got that DNA air filter in that bad boy McCoy. All right, family, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, man, we don't got no affiliate discount, none of that. Amazon page, anything that I got off Amazon, check that link. We do have that in here. If you want to talk personally about some of the modifications that I've done with this bike, or if you want to talk about the ECU flash and stuff like that and going about the right way of doing that, hit me up. Hit my Gmail, 6gearcutlow@gmail.com, and I'm gonna give you the unbiased reviews, a real personal opinion of all of these things that I've done with the bike. Like I said, I'm sorry it took me so long to make this video, but I didn't just want to make this video without having experience with these products. I've had experience with all of these products on my bike for at least over 2 years. I've had the bike for about 3 years. So once again, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Drop a comment down on what y'all wanna know, man. Drop a comment down on some of the modifications that I should get for this bike. Tell me what I'm missing. I think it's complete, but tell me what I'm missing. Peace.